Hi. Hi. Hello there. So, yesterday we left off at the beginning of Job's rebuttal to Zophar the Naamathite. And we are going to continue in chapters 13 and 14. And Zophar was kind of coming at Job from the point of view of there's no way we as mere mortals can know God's will and God's plan. And Job kind of took it to mean that Zophar was placing himself and his understanding of God above what he believed Job to understand. And so here, Job is saying, Lo, mine eye hath seen all this, mine ear hath heard, and understand it. I know also as much as you know. I am not inferior to you. But I will speak to the Almighty, and I desire to dispute with God. For indeed ye forge lies, and all you are physicians of no value. Oh, that you would hold your tongue, that it might be imputed to you for wisdom. Now hear my disputation, and give ears to the arguments of my lips. Will ye speak wickedly for God's defense, and talk deceitfully for his cause? Will ye accept his person, or will ye contend for God? Is it well that he should seek of you? Will you make a lie for him, as one lieth for a man? So he's saying, oh, you're going to defend God in the same way you would defend a man who doesn't really deserve your defense? He will surely reprove you if ye do secretly accept any person. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his fear fall upon you? Your memories may be compared unto ashes, and your bodies to bodies of clay. Hold your tongues in my presence, that I may speak and let come upon what will. Wherefore do I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my soul in mine hand? Lo, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, and I will reprove my ways in his sight. He shall be my salvation also, for the hypocrite shall not come before him. Hear diligently my words, and mark my talk. Behold now, if I prepare me to judgment, I know that I shall be justified. Who is he that will plead with me? For if I now hold my tongue, I die. So he's, rebutting basically all that Zophar has said. Because Zophar was saying, should not the multitude of words be answered, or should a great talker be justified? Should men hold their peace at thy lies? And Job is saying, well, you don't really have any idea, do you? But do not these two things unto me, then will I not hide myself from thee. Withdraw thine hand from me, and let not thy fear make me afraid. Then call thou, and I will answer, or let me speak, and answer thou me. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Shew me my rebellion and my sin. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and takest me for thine enemy? Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and from? And wilt thou pursue the dry stubble? For thou writest bitter things against me, and makest me to possess the iniquities of my youth. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths, and makest the print thereof in ye heels of my feet. So he's saying you're indicting me, and you're in bad faith, trying to put yourself in my shoes. Which is interesting, because usually if somebody is trying to, put themselves in your position of understanding, they're doing so because they want to relate to you better. But here, Job is accusing Zophar of having done that, but in bad faith. Such one consumeth like a rotten thing, and as a garment that is moth-eaten. Man that is born of woman is of short continuance and full of trouble. He shooteth forth as a flower and is cut down. He vanisheth also as a shadow and continueth not. And yet thou openest thine eyes upon such one, and causest me to enter into judgment with thee. Who can bring a clean thing out of filthiness? There is not one. Are not his days determined? The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, which he cannot pass. Turn from him that he may cease until his desired day, as a hireling. For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will yet sprout, and the branches thereof will not cease. Though the root of it wax old in the earth, and the stalk thereof be dead in the ground, yet by the scent of water it will bud, and bring forth boughs like a plant. But man is sick and dieth, and man perisheth, and where is he? As the waters pass from the sea, and as the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man sleepeth and riseth not. For he shall not wake again, nor be raised from his sleep, till the heaven be no more. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, and keep me secret until thy wrath were past, and wouldest give me term, and remember me. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of mine appointed time will I wait, till my changing shall come. Thou shalt call me, and I shall answer thee. Thou lovest the works of thine own hands. But now thou numberest my steps, and doest not delay my sins. Mine iniquity is sealed up as in a bag, and thou addest unto my wickedness. And surely as the mountain that falleth cometh to naught, and the rock that is removed from his place, as the water breaketh the stones, when thou overflowest the things which grow in the dust of ye earth, so thou destroyest ye hope of man. Let me read this again, because that's kind of a dense concept here, and I want to parse it out. And surely as the mountain that falleth cometh to naught, and the rock that is removed from his place, as the water breaketh the stones, when thou overflowest the things which grow in the dust of ye earth, so thou destroyest ye hope of man. So he's talking about like water causing a mountain to crumble into dust and nothingness. Basically, well, it wouldn't be dust because it would be washed away, like a mud flow. And he's talking about that being like the destruction of the hope of man. Thou prevailest alway against him, so that he passeth away. He changeth his face when thou castest him away. And he knoweth not if his sons shall be honorable, neither shall he understand concerning them, whether they shall be of low degree. But while his flesh is upon him, he shall be sorrowful, and while his soul is in him, he shall mourn. It shall mourn. So, there's a lot of imagery here of like floodwaters. There's a lot of imagery of nature. So it seems to me like the voice in Job and the voice in Ecclesiastes is very similar, because a lot of the same things are discussed in both. And then you could also tie into this potentially some of the work of Philo, where it has to do with the allegories of nature. There's a lot of allegory relating to nature when it comes to God, for obvious reasons, that he did create all of it. But here, Job is talking about it in very dark terms. Who can bring a clean thing out of filthiness? There is not one. But in fact, God is capable of doing that. And then the next portion here is just one chapter that is Eliphaz the Temanite, then jumping into the conversation. And then Job's answer is so long. No, Job's answer isn't very long for that one. And then Bildad comes in again. So there's quite a bit more back and forth. And then when we get to chapter 32 is when Elihu, the son of Barachel, comes in. So that'll be a little while from now. But probably because then what Eliphaz has to say is not very long, then I will go ahead and I will put all of that together, depending on how everything is progressing. I try not to let these videos get too long. Some of them have been on the longer side recently. It kind of just depends on how I'm doing on a given day. But thank you for joining me. I hope that you are enjoying these videos, reading through Job and discussing it. And I hope that you're all having a very blessed Lenten season. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon.